Absolutely. Of the speed or the speed in him admitting smoking the marijuana.
We can go with the speed since did the VMO ticket get dismissed?
It got dismissed due to the lack of prosecutors. So
yeah, we don't have a state prosecutor. It falls under the state statute. I knew it sounded a little different because usually our VMO tickets are on the green.
Okay. So did you?
But you can reissue.
No. I'm fine with that. I guess my question is, did you want my testimony on the speeding, or?
I do. Your testimony, and are you able to share any video regarding the speed?
I can try. Did you? I guess give me a minute or so. Let me go into a different program to try and upload the traffic stop on December 10th of 2021.
Yes, that's correct. And if you're having difficulty with it, you don't have to take too long. I will go upon your testimony, but if you have anything, that'd be great.
Okay. So you want me to search for it?
You know what? We'll go with testimony. It's a speeding ticket.
Okay.
Okay. And okay. I'm ready, Your Honor, whenever the court is ready.
All right, this is the people versus Jahan Duncan, ticket number P1288003. Count 131 plus miles per hour over posted speed. Good morning, please say your names for the record.
Tamika Horn, appearing on behalf of the people, P70303.
Corporal Latch, can you say your name for the record, sir?
Yes, good morning again, Your Honor. Corporal Latch, badge 3603 with the Detroit Police Department's 3rd Precinct.
Mr. Duncan, can you say your name, sir?
Jahan Duncan.
All right, this matter is set for a formal hearing. It's my understanding you're ready to proceed, Ms. Horn.
Yes, Your Honor. Well, the people are ready to proceed, or plaintiff in this matter, because by being a civil infraction.
All right, and you're ready, Mr. Duncan, obviously.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you may proceed, Ms. Horn.
Thank you.
I don't know if you want to make an opening statement or anything.
No, people waive opening statement, Your Honor.
Mr. Duncan, any opening statements you'd like to make, sir?
Yeah, I mean, basically they saying that I was doing 31 miles over it, and I was like, when I was pulled over, I asked the officer how was they able to determine my speed without having a radar.
Okay. Anything else, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right. Call your first witness, Ms. Horn.
Okay. The people call its first witness, Corporal Ronald Latch.
Okay, Corporal Latch.
Raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear or affirm to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do, so help me God.
You can put your hand down. You may proceed, Ms. Horn.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Where are you currently employed, Corporal?
The City of Detroit's Department of Police.
And what's your badge number?
3603.
And how long have you been a police officer? I'm sorry, Your Honor, about the background. How long have you been a police officer?
Next month, I start my 27th year.
Great. Please describe any training that you've received over the years.
I've had a whole slew of training from speed measurement, accident investigation, fatal and critical car crashes, standard field sobriety, the chemical data master testing, commercial motor vehicle training.
And if you were to think about how many traffic stops you've had related to speed, would that amount be more than 50, you believe?
Oh, yes.
Okay. And how do you determine speed?
Several ways. On the specific day of the violation, I was working a uniformed Detroit police car that was equipped with the Stalker dual antenna speed measurement device, commonly referred to as a radar unit.
And you had that particular unit on December 10th, 2021?
Yes, ma'am.
And how long have you been operating that type of radar in your career?
Since 2005, so just over 17 years.
And what did your training teach you to look for in regards to speed?
Well, the very first thing is a visual estimate. We don't count on the radar unit to giving us using that sole purposely of finding violators, speeders. We look for vehicles, and that's what we practice during the training before our state certification, our state license is issued to us, that we can visually estimate a vehicle within approximately 5 to 10 miles an hour. And that's exactly what I did.
Are you state licensed?
Yes, ma'am.
Corporal?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
And were you on duty on December 10th, 2021?
Yes, ma'am, I was.
At approximately what time?
I worked a day shift, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay. And would you say that time was sometime around 3 o'clock?
Yes, ma'am.
Did anything happen that afternoon that led you to the issuance of a citation to Mr. Duncan?
Yes, ma'am, it did.
Okay. And where were you at that time?
I was sitting in the passenger seat of my patrol vehicle.
Were you on a public roadway?
Yes, ma'am.
Was this vehicle being operated on a public roadway?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that in the city of Detroit?
Yes, ma'am.
And so what drew your attention to Mr. Duncan's vehicle?
Well, I was, me and my partner were stationary westbound on Grand River, just west of McGraw. We were stationary westbound facing West Grand Boulevard, and we observed a dark colored vehicle, SUV, eastbound coming towards us at a very, very high rate of speed, so much faster than previously traveled vehicles. I visually estimated that vehicle to be traveling right around 65 miles an hour. It is a posted 35 mile an hour zone. As the vehicle got closer to us, as it was getting closer to us heading eastbound, I recognized that vehicle to be a Land Rover model, a dark colored. My partner was driving. I told him to make a U-turn. Let's stop that vehicle. He's going way too fast. As it got closer to us into our radar field, I got a radar reading of 67 miles an hour. My partner accelerated into a U-turn to make a traffic stop on the vehicle. And that's what we did at eastbound I-94, right at the westbound 94 Service Drive entrance ramp.
And what street was this vehicle traveling on when you recognized the alleged violation?
Eastbound on Grand River.
And were you in a marked police vehicle?
Yes, ma'am, I was.
Okay. And how many people were in the car?
The violator car?
Correct. Of the
just one, just the driver, Mr. Jahan Duncan.
Okay. And did you have an opportunity to observe Mr. Duncan?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Do you recall how long you were able to observe this person?
I'm not exactly positive on your question, ma'am.
Okay. How long do you think the traffic stop lasted as you were interacting with Mr. Duncan?
Right around 10 minutes.
Okay. And based on your observations of this person, would you recognize him if you saw him today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you see that person in the virtual courtroom today?
I do.
Okay. And can you describe what that person is wearing?
He appears to be wearing a dark colored sweater, sitting on a light, I don't know, tan or beige couch, love sofa.
Okay. And would you say that the radar matched similarly to your observations of the rate of speed?
Yes, ma'am. It was the only vehicle eastbound on Grand River at the time.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Let me stop you guys for one moment. I think I'm speaking too low. I just wanted the record to reflect that the witness did in fact identify the defendant.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Your Honor. And you stated that this is a posted 35 mile per hour zone.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
And the defendant was traveling at 67 miles per hour according to your radar.
Yes, ma'am.
and 65 miles per hour upon your observation and knowledge of speed.
Right, my visual observation was right around 65. He was the vehicle was the only vehicle eastbound on Grand River that entered our radar field when we got the radar reading of 67 miles an hour.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. I have no questions further of Corporal at this time.
Mr. Duncan, do you have any questions, sir?
Yeah, I do, because he said that I was traveling at that high of a speed. But if I was traveling at that high of a speed, why would you have to tell your partner to turn around? That should be something mandatory that he should have just did without being told.
Okay, so it's kind of a big question. Can you make it a little bit more concise and make sure you're asking Corporal Latch the question, sir?
Yeah, I was just curious about, if I was going that high of a speed, why would you have to tell your officer to turn around and proceed with the stop? That should have been something that he should have automatic did if I'm going that high of a speed.
Well, you can only ask Corporal Latch what he did, and I think your question is, why did Corporal Latch tell his partner to turn around?
Yeah, if they got it on their radar, if I reach their radar and it's showing that I'm traveling at that high of a speed, it shouldn't have been nothing to talk about with your partner. That should have been an automatic turn around and pull me over without your partner having to tell you that.
He can't testify to what's in his partner's head, but he can testify to what he said. So I think the question is, why did you tell your partner to turn around?
So the question is, why did I tell my partner to turn around? Because I made a decision that I am stopping that vehicle and I am citing the driver for doing over 30 miles an hour over the posted speed limit. That is why I told my partner to make a U-turn for stopping that vehicle.
Any other questions, Mr. Duncan?
Yeah, I think it's like, I think it's some type of I think it's some, I don't know, because it's like
Mr. Duncan,
basically.
Mr. Duncan, you will have an opportunity to make an argument, but this is the time to just ask questions, and you're kind of asking
Oh no,
questions.
I don't
You're
have
asking-
no further questions then, because
Okay.
but I asked my only question.
Okay, any rebuttal questions, Ms. Horn?
Yes, Your Honor, very briefly. Corporal Latch, while working with your partner, do both of you have the discretion to make an investigation on an observed or believed violation?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you also have the discretion to not make a traffic stop at all?
That's correct.
Thank you, Corporal.
All right, any additional witnesses, Ms. Horn?
Your Honor, the people rest.
Mr. Duncan, do you have any witnesses or do you rest, sir?
No witnesses, ma'am.
Okay, so you rest. Okay, closing argument, Ms. Horn?
You're muted. You're muted, Ms. Horn.
Corporal Latch has testified as to his observations, in addition to what the radar technology showed, that Mr. Duncan was traveling at a rate of speed over 31 miles per hour plus in a zone that is 35 miles per hour. That is a violation of the traffic and the motor vehicle code, and as adopted by the City of Detroit 463-1. The people have proved its burden that Mr. Duncan was traveling at a high rate of speed. He was the only vehicle on the road, and he was cited properly for that by Corporal Latch and his partner, Brandon Backstresser.
Any argument, Mr. Duncan?
Yeah, last time I came for my court date, they told me that I had to go and enroll in the driver improvement course.
Did you do that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
And you completed?
Yes, ma'am.
You have the certificate with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Put it up to the screen, sir.
You said put it to the screen?
Yes, sir.
All right.
And Your Honor, the people would like to thank Mr. Duncan for showing us this. I was not made aware going forward with formal hearing today of this. And after speaking with Corporal Latch, why was it important that we proceed on his case today based on his record?
Your Honor, and ma'am, I ran a master driving history on Mr. Duncan, and since December 10th, a year now of 2021, Mr. Duncan has accumulated 2 high-speed violations from other cities, suburban cities of Detroit here, and has accumulated 11 points in 1 year for speeding because of his careless and reckless driving. That's why when asked, I said, no, we're not going to make an offer on this one because somebody's going to get hurt. This is just, this is dangerous. And at some point we need to be accountable and act as adults when we're driving on city streets, public highways, and put other people's lives at risk.
Thank you, Corporal.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Duncan, any additional arguments, sir?
I just wanted to ask a question, like, why was I told to take the driver improvement class if I wasn't going to get off?
Well, it looks like the prosecutor wanted to give you an offer, but because Corporal Latch did additional investigation on your driving record, and he was against any offer, that's why the prosecutor did not make an offer to you.
But I mean, even when his partner pulled me over, he told me that he was going to give me an offer at the moment of the traffic stop.
Looks like he changed his mind after he looked at your driving record since December of 2021.
And ultimately, Your Honor, it is the prosecutor's discretion as to moving forward with prosecution. In addition to that, the people are hopeful based on the record of Mr. Duncan that he did learn something from the class, especially driving a safer.
Anything further, Mr. Duncan, as to argument?
Yeah, because he said I accumulated 11 points. Like, what do he mean by that? I don't even think I have no points.
You got another ticket in other cities.
You said I couldn't hear you. What you say?
He said, if you were listening, Corporal Latch said you got tickets in other cities.
Yeah, but he said something about 11 points.
They accumulate up to 11 points. I don't know if they've been adjudicated or not, but that's what he was saying.
Oh.
And Your Honor, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
The people have pulled Mr. Duncan's driving record, and I do see 11 points on the driving record that was pulled from the courtroom.
Anything else, Mr. Duncan?
Oh, man.
So the court is going to find you responsible for 21 to 25 miles per hour over posted speed, which will be a fine of $180. I'm sure there's still points for that. Your driving is quite reckless and very dangerous, Mr. Duncan. The court is appreciative of you taking the driver's improvement course, and I hope you really did learn something from that. And most importantly, you gotta slow down. There's kids walking around. You may kill somebody with the way you're driving. So you gotta make some changes, sir. But I'll find you responsible for 21 to 25 miles per hour. It's a $180 fine. You have to have that fine paid by December 21st. Did you have any questions?
No, man.
You're all set.
All right.
And thank you, Corporal. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Prosecutor Horn.
Yeah, you're welcome.